Brainerd PW B1, last game of the Mankato Meltdown. We're playing Andover today for 5th and 6th place teams. We have Fearbin, Friesen, and Moores out on forward. Lick and Jones out on D for the start of the game. Puck in the Brainerd zone. Jones in the far corner. Off the wall, up to Moores. Moores has to spin away, sends it up to Lick. Lick up to Friesen on the left wing side. Friesen into the Andover zone. Loses the puck. Bounces in the far corner. Friesen, poke check, steals the puck away. The rest of the Brainerd forwards go off for a line change. Rife out now. And Frericks with Lick back. Pick up the puck, icing on Andover. Rife on the face-off, wins it over to Frericks, pops out to the D, in the Andover zone, and Andover away with it. Frericks, nice D by Frericks, pokes him off the puck and back out to the neutral zone. Andover up the far wall, sent back by Frericks to Rife, bumped off the puck, and Andover back into the neutral zone. They dump it in. Campbell back. Campbell off the back wall over to Henson. Henson up the far wall to Frericks. Frericks chips it forward in the center of the zone. Nobody there. Lenski gets it up the wall, but Andover dumps it on goal. Covered by Johnson for a whistle. Fearbin on the face-off. Andover wins it. Shot from the point. Stopped out front. Lick with a loose puck behind the net. Lick has to spin away back the other way. Up to Anderson. It's intercepted. Andover skates towards the net. Backhand shot goes wide. Fearbin up to Anderson on the wall. Anderson now they go to clear it out. Stolen away from him. Centering pass by Andover, nobody there. Loose puck picked up by Hokinson. He clears it out to neutral zone. Hokinson with a good forecheck. Puck bounces off his shin pads all the way on goal from the point. Covered for a whistle. Rife on the face-off in the Andover zone. Rife with the puck, still shot on goal, covered for a whistle. Rife on the face-off again, wins it back to Moores. Moores steps around the defender. Pass over to Campbell, left D slot. Campbell shot on goal off the post. And that loose puck looks like it was covered in time. Andover goalie. Rife wins the face-off again. Moores back to Henson, back to Moores. Out front to Rife, not able to get his stick on it. It bounces out into the neutral zone. Campbell comes back for it. Ends it up along the near wall to Friesen. He has to battle for it at the blue line. Puck pops up into the bench of Andover for a whistle. Face off outside the Andover zone. Fearbin wins it to Jones. Jones off the far wall to Frericks. Frericks skates it in. Pokes it across the middle of the zone to the near side. Hansky on the wall, picks up the puck. Pokes it towards the net. Fearbin spins, shoots just wide. Up behind the goal line. And Andover able to clear it out. Andover up the near wall to the neutral zone. Good D by Lick. Jones down low, steals the puck away, and Lick picks up the loose puck, sends it up the far wall, out in the neutral zone. Hansky knocked down center ice, was able to get up a poke check, disrupt the Andover play. Andover tries to clear it out of their zone, and they manage to skate it out. Stolen away by Frericks, who heads back the other way. Frericks 1-on-2, geeks around a defender. Right wing circle, centering pass, and cleared away. Back out to neutral zone. Jones and Lick there. Jones with the puck over to Lick near side. Lick up to Fearbin, but Andover dumps it down deep in the Brainerd zone. Should have been an icing. Jones trying to clear out the puck. His puck center zone. Anderson to Hokinson. Hokinson, red line. Passes. Reif ends up deep in the Andover zone. The wall to Reif from Anderson. Out to Lick. Lick dumps it in deep. Up behind the net now. Anderson after it. Reif off his skate. Cleared out by Andover. Maybe all the way down ice again. Should be an icing. Reif, Anderson, Hokinson. Reif wins the face-off. Henson has to chase it down, keeps it in. Sends it in deep to the Andover zone. Hokinson in after it. Hokinson with the puck behind the net. Right there to help him. Pinned against the wall. Pops out to the near wall. Andover tries to clear it. Henson keeps it in. This time they're able to chip it all the way down ice. Wave off the icing. Should have been an icing. Campbell up to Anderson to Reif. Reif up center ice. Deeks past the defender's shot. Oh, just wide. Anderson picks up the loose puck on the near wall, skates it in deep. Back to Reif. Reif gets tied up out front. Pops out to Campbell at the point. Campbell shot and saved and covered by Andover goalie. Fearbin to Moores to Jones, and Andover sends it all the way down ice again. That's going to be another icing. Yep. Fearbin on the face-off to draw. Passes to Moores out front. Moores. His shot's blocked. Out to neutral zone to Lick. Lick sends it up along the wall. Fearbin picks it up. Fearbin skates up the middle. Over to Moores on the right side. Just out of his reach. Puck ends up in the far corner. Friesen steals it away. Friesen, left wing circle. Off his stick. And Andover escapes out of the zone. Moore is going to get a hooking penalty as he lifts the stick of the Andover player. Good defense by Moore there. Called that a penalty. Brainerd on the penalty kill for a minute and a half. Henson with the puck down low. 7:03 left in the first period. Cleared out by Fearbin. Friesen pressuring. Puck all the way down deep in the Andover zone. They managed to get it out to neutral zone and head back into the Brainerd zone. Missed pass picked up by Fearbin, center ice. Fearbin dumps it on net. Andover clears it back out again in the near wall. Stopped short by Campbell. And then bounces back into the Andover zone. They try to clear it out. Fearbin keeps it in. Fearbin battling in the far corner. 45 seconds left in the penalty kill for Brainerd. Puck tied up in the far corner. Friesen comes away with it. Up out to the D. Campbell shot goes in from the point. Big Campbell, nice wrister in the blue line. Puts it in the top left corner. Short-handed goal there by Campbell. Brainerd still got about 30 seconds left in their penalty kill. Lick up the far wall of the neutral zone, sent back the other way. Jones picks it up, centers it, and it's intercepted. Shot on goal, glove save by Johnson for a whistle. Anderson on the face-off over the near wall. Slap shot from the point, about 5 feet wide. Andover sends it out to their point, but nobody able to keep it in. Trickles all the way down into their zone. They have to reset. Andover with the puck in their zone, chips it out to center ice, and picked up by Reif as he comes out of the bench. Brainerd back to full strength. Lick skates it out of the Brainerd zone, up the far wall. Lick with tremendous amount of speed. Shot on goal by Lick. Covered. Whistle. Great effort there by Bennett Lick. Rafe on the face-off and wins it back to Henson. Henson sends it across zone. It's intercepted. Andover with a breakaway. Hansky trailing. Shot on goal, saved by Johnson. He covered for a whistle. So it's tangled in his batting. Face off in the Brainerd zone. Campbell sends it on goal. Oops. Ends up back in the near corner. Down low to Campbell. Campbell sends it over to Henson on the far side. Henson up to Frericks. Frericks tips it all the way out into the neutral zone. Andover has to reset. Andover into the Brainerd zone off Reif's skate. Into the near corner. Picked up by Campbell again. Campbell over to Henson. To Frericks. Frericks on the far wall skates it out. Sends it to center ice. Reif not able to get his stick on it. Pops back to Henson in the neutral zone. Henson skates it in past one defender. Henson, center zone shot, blocker save by Andover. Out to Campbell at the point. He fans on it. Andover breaks away. Cut off by Frericks at the blue line and back up the middle. Campbell shot from up high in the Andover zone. Saved by Andover goalie. And Campbell down low. Nice pass to Hansky. Hansky, just over the net. Puck cleared out to Henson at the right D point. Bounces off his skate into the neutral zone. And Campbell picks it up and dumps it in deep. Brainerd D go off for a line change. Reif down low. Reif, stick handling, shot off a skate in the left wing circle. And Andover clears it out to the point. Jones keeps it in, dumps it back in deep. Rife down low. Andover sends it up along the near wall. Kept again in by Jones again. He has to bat it down. Bouncing puck. Andover past Frericks. Lick back to defend. Lick. Great D. Steals the puck away. Jones picks up the loose puck behind the net. Sends it up the near wall to Friesen. Friesen passes it up to Moores where it's chipped away. Andover back into the Brainerd zone. Chipped out by Friesen again. And they try to head back in zone. Tied up by Lick. Up to Friesen. Friesen over to Moores on the right wing side. Moores skates it in. But Fearbind is offsides. Fearbind on the face-off. Andover wins that one. Andover sends it out to the neutral zone off the near wall. Picked up by their right wing. Who heads in. Poke check by Campbell. Campbell sends it up to Fearbind. Center ice. Moores to Campbell. Campbell through traffic. Poked off his stick. And Andover sends it down ice. Henson retrieves the puck in the mid-Brainerd zone and skates it on out. Henson picking up some speed. Up the left wing side into the Andover zone. Poked off his stick down low. He ties it up in the near corner. It's sent up the wall to Friesen, who sends it back down low. Friesen. Puck on the near wall still. Deeping around a few defenders. Skates it up to the slot. Puck loose in the slot. Oh, it's loose, it's loose. Out to the right side. Moore's battling for it. Henson from the point. Hits traffic. Friesen picks up the loose puck. Mid-zone. Sends it off the near wall. Fearbind there to battle for it. Fearbind stumbles. Laying on the puck in the near wall here. Moore's comes, picks up the puck. Out to Campbell. Campbell has a good look here. Campbell shot on goal. Glove save by Andover. Face-off, wins it out to Jones. Jones puck is poked off his stick and Andover heads down ice. Tied up by Hokanson. Hokanson backhands it to Rife. Rife up to Jones mid-ice. Jones up the middle into Andover zone. Jones still with the puck, circles up high. Tries to center it. And Andover skates it out. Stolen away by Anderson. Center ice over to Rife on the far wall in the neutral zone. Back to Jones. Jones tips it in across the blue line and keeps it in. Puck trickles down into the far corner. Hokanson there, but Andover able to clear it out. Have a right wing where it's open, but Lick's there. Lick pokes the puck off his stick again. Anderson there. Lick chasing him behind the net, tying him up. Defensive effort by Lick. Andover with the puck in the near corner. Anderson, Rife, and Lick all tie him up. Loose puck. Andover player comes in, sends it out to the right D. But they're calling. What are they calling here? Whistle blowing. I'm not sure if we got a penalty or what coming up. Injured player. Why they whistled that. 27 seconds left in the first period. Right on the face-off. It's a draw. Poked forward by Hokanson. Andover. Off the far wall in neutral zone. Puck center ice. Jones battling for it. Lick picks it up and skates it down low. Sends it behind the Brainerd net to Rife in the near corner. Rife out to center ice to Hokanson. Hokanson takes a shot just as he crosses the blue line. That's the buzzer. End of first. Start of the second period, the final battle for Brainerd PW B1 at the Mankato Meltdown. Brainerd up 1-0. Shot off the post by Andover. Puck ends up on the far wall. Hansky and Campbell battling for it. Hansky comes away with it, sends it over to Frericks on the near side. Frericks tips it out to center ice. Intercepted by Andover, sent back to Frericks. Sends it to center ice to Hansky. He leaves the puck. Right, able to poke it in, but it looks like maybe Hansky was offside. No, tripping penalty coming up. Tripping penalty on Andover there. Fearbin wins the face off to Jones. Jones shoots it on net. It's kicked away by Andover, and they flick it all the way down ice for an icing. Face off in the Andover zone. Fearbin shot up, chips it towards the net again, kicked away. Minute 14 left in the power play for Brainerd. Andover sends it all the way down ice again for an icing. Wins the face-off over to Anderson. Out to Lick. Lick from the point. Shot. Just wide. Up on the near wall. Picked up by Fearbin. Out to Jones. Jones steps up. Shot on goal. Covered for a whistle. 5 seconds left in the power play. Henson at the point, sends it across ice and ends up out across the blue line. Campbell back to Henson in the neutral zone. Over to Campbell. Campbell sends it forward. It's intercepted. And Andover heads into the Brainerd zone. They chip it in deep. Kill some time off of the penalty. Henson up to Moores. Moores center ice. Intercepted by Andover again. They dump it in across the blue line. Reif for the quick check, steals it away. Reif up the middle. Spins. Reif still with the puck. Left wing circle. It's poked off his stick at the last second there. And Andover clears it out up the middle. Andover dumps it in deep to the Brainerd zone as they go off for a line change. Campbell retrieves it in the far corner. Campbell up to Friesen. Friesen tips it forward for Reif. Reif through the neutral zone, tied up by 3 men, and Andover back the other way. Tries to cut up the middle. Puck poked away by a delayed penalty coming up on Brainerd. On Campbell for hooking. Brainerd on the penalty kill now for a minute and a half. 11:32 left in the second period. Face off in the Brainerd zone. Lick skates it out. Lick picking up some speed in on the right side. Looking for a man to pass through. She carries it down deep. Lick swept off her stick by Andover. They send it up the far wall. And skated out of zone. Poke check by Lick before the red line. Disrupts their play. Hokinson dropped past a Lick. Lick is tripped. That was a penalty, dude. Andover back into the Brainerd zone. Shot off of Jones' shin pads. Jones with the puck down low in the Brainerd zone. Skates it up the far side. Jones still with the puck. Wow, he's keeping that puck. Jones still with the puck into the Andover zone right side. Oh, fans on the shot. Hokinson, loose puck, he fans, and then manages to chip it forward, but it goes wide. Hokinson down low. Out front to Jones. Jones chips it towards the net, and it's covered by the goalie before he can get a stick on it. Fricks on the face-off. Andover manages to chip it out to the neutral zone. Henson up to Frericks, bounces off his stick, picked up Andover, and they head into the Brainerd zone on the right side. Shot, glove save by Johnson. And Lick with it again. Lick charging up the ice. Lick in on the left side, one-on-one. She's got Frericks trailing. Nice pass to Frericks. Oh! Puck was bouncing a little bit. Wasn't able to get enough on it. Went just wide. Great play there. Lick races back for the bobbling puck into the Brainerd zone. Poked off her stick. Henson picks up the loose puck. Henson behind the net. Up to Friesen on the far side. Or no, Hansky. Henson pokes it across the blue line. Andover trying to enter the Brainerd zone. Lick with it again. Lick up the middle, over to the right side. Cuts towards the net. Backhands it. And grabbed by the Andover 10D for a whistle. 9:28 left in the second. Back to Jones. Jones up to Moores on the near wall of the Andover zone. Andover steals it away. Fearbin poke checks it. Andover still trying to clear it out. They finally get it out to center ice. Moores sweeps it away. Ends up down low in the Brainerd zone. Jones up the near wall to Moores. Andover with it. Cuts towards the net, and it's covered by Johnson for a whistle. Fearbin on the face-off in the Brainerd zone. Comes away with the puck. Passes it up to center ice. It bounces off a skate and loose in the center circle. Andover heads in. Shot from top of the left wing circle. Saved by Johnson. Loose puck swept away by Campbell. And it's carried out by Moores. Moores up the near wall in the neutral zone. Loses it before it crosses the blue line. And Andover back the other way. 1-on-2. Poke check by Campbell before they cross the blue line. And Campbell with the puck. Campbell up the middle. Cuts to the left. Shot from the left wing circle. Saved by Andover. Andover with the puck down low, clearing it out of their zone. Off of the far wall. They scoop it forward, but nobody there. Jones retrieves it in the Brainerd zone. Jones up to Friesen. Rife loses it as he crosses the blue line, and Andover heads back the other way. Campbell's the only one back. As Jones races back to help him. Out front, off of Jones's chest, or Johnson's chest, and Johnson able to cover that puck. That was dangerous. Good goaltending there by Joe Johnson. zone. Rife wins it back to Henson. Behind the net to Lick. Lick up to Anderson. Anderson chips it forward. His puck picked up by Hokinson. He's poked off at center ice. And puck trickles down into the Andover zone. They send it out. Henson retrieves it in the neutral zone. Poked off his stick. And there's a whistle. I'm not sure if that was for offsides, maybe. I didn't see it. Rife on the face-off, back to Henson. Henson over to Anderson, up to Rife. Rife center ice, up the middle. Shot, stick save. Anderson centers it, hits the net side of the net. Rife down low, sends it out to Lick, who's got a great shot, and glove save by Andover. Fairbairn on the face-off in the Andover zone. Andover chips it up the far wall and clears it out into the neutral zone. Campbell there, angles him off wide into the Brainerd zone. Fairbairn with a good forecheck. Campbell up to Hansky. Hansky chips it out across the blue line and races after it with Fairbairn. Fairbairn pressuring, but Andover able to send it back into the Brainerd zone. Campbell on the far wall. Campbell to Hansky. Hansky skates it out of the Brainerd zone, chips it up along the wall into the Andover zone. Andover sends it behind their net to the near side. Picked up off the wall by Fairbairn, sends it back deep into the Andover zone as Frericks pressures. Frericks and Fairbairn down low. Fairbairn backhanding pass out front, pops out to Campbell. Campbell shot, pad save. Pops into the right wing circle, and Andover with it sends it behind the net to the far side. Penalty interference on Andover, I believe. No. Yeah. Andover penalty for interference. Brainerd on the power play for a minute and a half, 5:50 left in the second period. Shot on goal by Lick from the point for a whistle. Rife on the face-off again. Moores to Rife. Rife centers it to Friesen. It bounces over his stick to the near wall. Andover tries to clear it. Rife keeps it in. Rife dangles in the high slot and loses the puck to the near side. Friesen picks it up, skates towards the net. Friesen has a good look on it. Friesen scores glove side for a power play goal for Brainerd. On the face-off to Moores. Moores pumps it back to Lick. Lick fumbles the puck in Andover, heads towards the Brainerd net. Rife picks up the loose puck in the slot and skates it out. Up to Friesen. Friesen up the middle. Back to Rife on the left wing circle. Rife sauces it out front, and it's covered by the Andover 10D for a whistle. 5:13 left. Campbell, the shot blocked. Puck ends up in the far corner of the Andover zone. Cleared out to center ice. Campbell's back, one-on-one. Fearbin and Jones trailing. Centering pass by Andover left wing. Goes wide. Puck chipped out by Anderson to the red line. Anderson with it in on the left side. Fearbin and Campbell there. Shot on goal by Anderson. It's covered for a whistle. Wins the face-off back to Campbell. Campbell up the wall to Anderson. Anderson shot off the goalie's mask. Bounces out to the right wing circle, tied up by Hokinson and Fearbin. Hokinson battling on the wall. Fearbin comes away with it, looking for someone to pass to. Tries to cut towards the crease, and somehow the puck bounces into the net. Who they can give credit to. Looked like Fearbin cut towards the crease, and one of the Andover players swiped at it, and it popped up in the air and into the net. So I guess that goal will go to Fearbin. Puck in the Brainerd zone, ends up in the crease, covered by Johnson for a whistle. Anderson on the face-off in the Brainerd zone. Slap shot from the point. Reif blocks it and sends it down ice. And it's going to be short of an icing. Andover sends it up the near wall. Reif picks it up. Shot on goal by Reif. Blocked. Rebound picked up by Andover, and they skated on out. Andover in the Brainerd zone on the right side. Angled off by Lick. And that loose puck pops over to Hinson down low on the near side. Hinson tied up in the corner. Frericks seals it away, sends it up the wall to Reif. Reif skates it out. Reif over to Hansky. And Hansky dumps it in deep. Andover player fans on it down low. Knocked down by Reif. Hansky battling for it. Hansky comes away with it. It's poked off his stick as he cut towards the net and bounces out to the neutral zone, picked up by Hinson. He spins and sends it across zone. It hits traffic. Right battling for the loose puck in the neutral zone. An Andover player sends it in deep to the Brainerd zone as Lick chases after it. Lick beats a player. Lick picking up speed again. Hits the referee's skate, the blue line. Hansky picks up the puck just inside the Brainerd zone, sends it to Fearbin. Fearbin up to Moores in the neutral zone. Moores up the right side. Moores skates it down low, centering pass. Fearbin tied up out front. Lick takes a shot, goes just wide. Moores picks it up in the near corner. It's tied up. Fearbin there with him. Fearbin out down low. Out to Lick, and it's tipped and bounces out to neutral zone. Lick circles back for it. Lick dumps it in deep, but I'm saying offsides. minutes left in the second period. Moore's going to get a tripping penalty now. Anderson on the face-off from the Brainerd zone. Andover out to the right D, over to the left D. Left D shoots, and glove save by Johnson. Anderson, left wing face-off. Campbell behind the net to Jones. Jones sends it back the other way. They had a man on him. Picked up by Anderson in the far corner. Anderson skates it out to Jones. Jones up the middle. Kicks it forward. Jones still with the puck across the blue line. Centers it to Hokanson. Yeah, can't get a stick on it. Covered by the goalie. Hokanson on the face-off. 57 seconds left in the PK for Brainerd. Puck comes out to center ice. Lick ties him up, steals the puck away. To Hokanson. Hokanson in the neutral zone. Henson tying it up. Andover still with the puck. They tip it into the Brainerd zone. Lick picks it up, sends it out to neutral zone. This puck chipped back in by Andover. Henson picks it up behind the net. Henson up the far wall to Anderson. Anderson sends it forward to Hokanson. It goes off his skate and stays inside the Brainerd zone. And Andover dumps it in deep. Henson tying up the Andover player on the far wall. Hokanson there to battle with him. Hokanson comes away with it. Backhands it to Lick. It bounces off her stick out into the neutral zone. Picked up by Anderson. Anderson heads down ice. And Rife comes out, bringing it back to full strength. Rife battling in the neutral zone on the wall. And Andover heads into the Brainerd zone. Shot from the left wing circle. Saved by Johnson. On the face-off, wins it to Jones in the Brainerd zone. Jones sends it behind the net to Campbell. Campbell up the far wall to Hansky. Hansky chips it forward into the neutral zone. And that's the buzzer for the end of the second period. Start of the third period, Brainerd PW B1 versus Andover at the Mankato Meltdown. Puck neutral zone, chip forward by Friesen. Got Hokinson on the right wing. Friesen takes a shot. Looks for that far side. Left save by Andover goalie. On the face-off, out to Lick at the point. He has to dump it in along the wall. Kept in by Lick again. Andover's trying to clear it out. Friesen comes away with it. Friesen down low, into the slot. Loose puck. Fearbin swatting at it. Ends up behind the net. And Andover stolen away by Friesen. Friesen trying to stick handle through traffic. It's poked off his stick. And behind the net. Friesen sends it out to the point, but Jones not able to get to it. Ends up all the way down in the Brainerd zone. Jones retrieves it. Jones up along the near wall to Friesen. Friesen sends it through the neutral zone to the far side. Hokinson ships it forward into the Andover zone and skates after it deep in the zone. Andover sends it up along the near wall, kept in by Lick. Lick sends it towards the net, hits a skate and goes wide. Hokinson back out to Lick. Lick's got some room. Lick shot, tipped, bounces out front, and it goes in. I think Fearbin tipped that in. Right on the face-off. Moores skates it in on the right side. Moores tries to pass the Rife out front, but hits a skate. Moores picks up the loose puck, tips it over to Anderson. Anderson shot on goal, covered for a whistle. Right on the face-off, dumps it in deep. Andover comes away with it and skates it on out. Puck loose center ice. Andover sends it in deep to the Brainerd zone. Henson in after it. Henson behind the Brainerd net. Poked off his stick. Sends it up along the wall to Anderson. Anderson gets tied up a little. And Andover ends back the other way. Anderson knocks him down. No penalty. Henson down low. Back to Campbell. Campbell sends it to the center of the zone. Shot off the post by Andover. Nobody there, so dangerous pass. Puck on the side of the net, picked up by Henson. Henson spins away. Sends it back behind the net. Along the near wall, picked up by Anderson. Tipped to Campbell. Campbell to right, out across the blue line. And poked away into the Brainerd zone by Andover. Henson behind the net to Campbell. Campbell back to Henson in the far corner of the Brainerd zone. Up to Frericks, bounces off his stick and bounces high into the near corner. Campbell. Out to Frericks, right wing circle. He skates it out 1-on-2. Frericks cuts towards the middle. Hansky and Rife with him now. And it's poked away and out the neutral zone. Lick picks it up. She comes off the bench and cuts into the zone. Lick backhands it into the Andover zone, but they clear it out. Andover clearing in on the right wing side. Centering pass picked up by Rife. Rife heads out of the Brainerd zone. Up to Frericks. Frericks loses the puck in the neutral zone. Rife takes it forward across the blue line. Puck battle in the middle of the Andover zone. Hansky chips it down deep, and Andover with it behind their own net. Andover skates past Frericks. Jones ties him up to the red line, but they skated in on the left. Lick is there. Shot from the high slot. Loose puck pops out. Frericks. Sweeps it away. Fearman chips it all the way down ice. No icing. It's picked up before it crosses the goal line. Andover clears it out. Andover off the wall, dumps it in deep. Jones retrieves as Andover players go off for a line change. Jones fumbles the puck. Andover with it. Low in the Brainerd zone. Tied up by Fearman and Lick. Calling a penalty on Fearman for interference there. Sorry, I was muted there for that whole time. Anderson on the face-off in the Andover zone. Shot on goal by Moores, whose puck picked up by Andover. Brainerd on the penalty kill for 35 more seconds. Jones in the Brainerd zone sends it off the wall. Andover picks it up. Shot goes wide. Whose puck picked up by Anderson. In the Brainerd zone. Sends it across the zone to Jones. Jones off the wall to Moores into the neutral zone. Moores up the right side. Sends it down deep and chases after it. Anderson there with him. Andover heads back the other way. Jones and Licker back. Puck battle in the neutral zone. Right, pushing him forward. Kicks it into the Andover zone and pops back out. Jones, center ice over to Moores on the right-hand side. Moores skates it in. Centers it to right, poked off his stick. And Andover heads back the other way. 1-on-2. Nice poke check. Jones knocks the stick out of the Andover player's hands. Sent up to right. Fumbles the puck and ends up down deep in the Andover zone. Right there and battling for it deep in their zone. Hansky there to help. And Andover sweeps it out to the neutral zone. Both teams back to full strength. Loose puck in center ice, picked up by Andover. They hit in on the left side. Poke check by Hansky. Picked up by Frericks. Up to Reif. And Frericks in 2-on-1. Frericks got a nice look here. Just high over the net. In close range. And puck bounces out to the neutral zone. Campbell's back. Reif chasing. Shot tipped high over the net. And rebound off the back wall. It's covered by Johnson for a whistle. Fearman on the face-off. He wins it back to Henson. Henson sends it behind the net to Campbell. Campbell up to Friesen on the near wall. He gets tied up, but Anderson able to poke it out into the neutral zone. Friesen chases after it. Friesen with a poke check sends the puck deeper into the Andover zone. Friesen with the puck out to Campbell at the point. Campbell shot. Saved by Andover goal. Fearbin on the face-off. Andover comes away with it and skates it to the neutral zone. Pass across their left winger. Skates it in deep. Centering pass swept away by Lick. Fearbin up the far wall to Hokinson. Hokinson chips it forward. Hokinson to Friesen, center ice. Friesen passes it to Fearbin. Right wing circle shot. Wide. Hokinson picks up the loose puck down low. Centering pass to Friesen. Poked off his stick and down low. Loose puck in the Andover zone. They skate it out into the neutral zone and chip it forward. Jones picks it up in the Brainerd zone. Jones picking up speed, skates up the middle, stick handling, across the blue line, and poked off his stick. Just inside. Loose puck retrieved by Lick, who carries it down deep. Just tied up on the wall, sends it out to the crease. It bounces on goal and covered for a whistle. Rife wins the face-off back to Henson. Henson shot, swept up by the goalie. Rife on the face-off, left wing circle. Andover carries it down deep into their zone. Send it up along the far wall. Henson gets past Henson, but Campbell's back to retrieve it in the neutral zone. He spins away. Up to Rife, center ice. Rife fumbles the puck a little bit, poked away. Out into the neutral zone. Poke check by Campbell. His puck picked up by Morris, who heads into the Andover zone. Passes it across zone. It hits a skate. And Andover with it down low. They send it up along the near wall. Picked up by Campbell to Rife. Away. Henson keeps it in. Moores down low. Hits the side of the net. Andover managed to clear it out. Puck check by Rife. Loose puck picked up by Moores. He heads back in zone. Shot by Moores just wide. Anderson sends a rebound back deep into their zone. And Moores picks it up in the far corner. Moores cuts towards the net to Rife. Rife backhand on goal. Puck Rife up to Anderson. Anderson shot just wide with the glove side. Ends up in the far corner. Henson sends it up to Moores. Moores to Rife. Rife deeps and it's poked off his stick. Henson in the neutral zone sends it back to Campbell. Back to Rife. Rife to Moores. And ends up on Henson's stick in the neutral zone. Morris sends it up along the far wall of the neutral zone to Rife. Rife skates it in on the right wing side. Rife shot on goal, bounces over to the near side of the zone. Andover clears it out. Rife can get a penalty here. He elbows a Andover player down. They're calling it a slashing. Brainerd on the penalty kill again. 3:28 left in the game. Minute and a half penalty. Shot from the left deep point by Andover goes wide. Picked up by Lick. Skates it up the near wall. Kept in by Andover. Andover centering pass. Tipped by their own player wide of the net. Tied up on the far circle by Morris. Shot on goal from the left D is covered by Johnson for a whistle. Hokinson on the face-off. Shot by Andover was wide. Rebound off the wall. Sent out to neutral zone by Lick. Friesen tying him up in the neutral zone. Andover manages to skate it in. Loose puck sent back out by Lick. Offsides on Andover's, unable to keep it inside. .246 left in the game. Brainerd up 4-0. Andover eager to get something on the board. Shot on goal. Pad save by Johnson. Henson sends it over to Campbell on the near side. Campbell skates it out. There's a centering pass to Hokinson. It's intercepted. Hope check Campbell in the neutral zone. Hope check Friesen in the neutral zone. And Andover manages to send it in deep. Henson to retrieve. Henson back to Campbell. Across the zone for Hokinson. It bounces out to the red line. Picked up by Henson. Henson skates it in. Leaks around the defender towards the net. Cuts. Oh, what a nice shot there. Henson shot on goal. Carried out by Andover. Hope check by Campbell as they cross the blue line. Campbell. Hokinson. And 4-on-1 here. Andover. Centering pass covered by Johnson. Been on the face-off. Both teams at full strength. 1 minute 38 left. Lick chips it up in the neutral zone. Anderson after it. Anderson and Moores. Anderson shot and scored. What a beautiful effort and shot by Navy. Anderson shot from the left wing face-off circle. Buries it on the far side. Just the low glove side. Center face off. Andover wins it back to their left knee. They send it up the near far wall to Moores. Moores chips it in deep. Pearman pressuring on low. Andover skates it out through the neutral zone. Angled off by Lick. Lick steals the puck away. Lower in the Brainerd zone. Puck picked up by Fearbin, sends it out to Moore. It ends up behind him and out into the neutral zone. Andover sends it to their right wing, tied up by Hansky as he crosses the blue line. And Fearbin picks up the loose puck, skates behind the Brainerd net. Fearbin off the far wall, puck ends up out in the neutral zone. Andover with it. Andover fans on it, the red line. Picked up by Lick. Lick poked off her stick as she tries to head towards the Andover zone and dumped in deep. Picked up by Jones. Jones spins away behind the net, heads up the near side, off the wall to Reif. Reif chips it forward and bounces back. Here's puck. Hansky chips it off the wall. Ends up down ice. That was offside. Reif out front. Buzzer. Brainerd wins 5-0. Solid win.